Welcome to Coding Literacy Flakes 26 of 40. Looking at JavaScript Part 6, we're looking at the selection process, and we're going to start our first JavaScript game. Okay, to get started, we just need to get to the text editor, and I'll be using Notepad++. And there we go. Okay, let me set up a quick HTML JavaScript template, and we'll get started. Okay, as with most modern web pages, we put a doc type HTML with the exclamation mark in the front, meaning we're using HTML version 5 scripting. HTML on, HTML off means web page is on, starts there and finishes there. Head on, head off means behind the scenes scripting starts there and finishes there. Body on, body off means what we see on screen will start here and start there with the scripting. So first of all, let's just put in a function, because JavaScript procedural JavaScript needs functions to work with. Okay, the function we'll be using, I want to call this function guessing game. We're doing a guessing game. Remember, all JavaScript functions must start with a brace, finish with a brace. That indicates that particular function sequencing occurs in there. The guessing game is the name I gave it, and it must have a parenthesis, opening and closing. And now to fire up that function, JavaScript function, in the body section I've got a button type that in actual fact is HTML. Button type, and I'm going to have a button, and when they click on the button, the guessing game will fire off. The guessing game function will fire off, and the button's going to show enter. That's the end of the button function. So we're ready to get started in that game. Okay, what we need now is some variables. So one of the variables we need for our game is we need a variable. We should call this one random number, because you can choose a number, and our task is to try to guess what it is. Variable username, well, actually not us, but your user try to guess what it is. So you're writing this game for the user. Okay, I'm doing 2 lines on one line in JavaScript. If you do 2 lines as 1 line in JavaScript, you must separate with a semicolon. Okay, now the random number is the name of the variable I've given, and that's going to be replaced with a math round. We're going to round off the decimal places. Math random, and math is American as opposed to maths is Australian. So this is actually the seed. It's already programmed into JavaScript. We've got no control of this. And this seed chooses numbers or decimals between including 0 to 1. Okay. And then we're going to have numbers up to 10, so we try to guess a number between 0 and 10. So that's what it does, and that's my seed, random number of the seed there. I'll make it to 10, and I'm getting rid of the decimal places. I'm going to call that random number. Okay, so what's the user guess? Well, the user guess is going to be replaced with whatever the user puts in. So document get element by ID. There's going to be an element out there. It's going to have the ID, and the ID is going to be guess. That's the name of the element. In this case, have it valid in. In this case, the element is going to be down here, and let's get the element going. So we're going to put a function down here, and we're going to do the following. So it's going to be an input ID equals, well, guess type equals text. Okay, so the user's going to put an element in there. We've got to have a little box in there. The user types in their guess, and then you press a button, and the game starts. But we should put a little label on here too. Actually, we should put let's make it header 3. Actually, header 3. So that's big enough. Pick a number from 0 to say 10. There you go. That's going to be into the H3 labeling. So it's going to show pick a number from 0 to 10. There's going to be a box in there for the user to enter their number, and then on the click of the button, it's going to start this function. At this point on, this function does nothing, so it's just set up some variables, and it's got some data in there. That data to random number is randomly chosen. This data is going to get it from the user. Okay, so this is where we start the game. Right, once we've got that, we need to do some selection. We haven't done selection before. There's lots of different ways of selecting the right response. So we're going to use the if. Now, if the user guess, that's what they guess up here, a variable guess, is equal to, now in equal, in computing maths operations is double equal sign. That means compare the two. It's like in maths operations, x equals y, that's equal. But in computing mathematical operations, it's got to be double equal, because the equal sign on its own means replace. That actually says replace the variable random number with a random generated number from the computer. This says replace, that equal sign means replace the user container with whatever the user puts in there. This actually does compares the two, so you've got to be double equal sign. So it does user guess exactly equal to, say, random number. So does the user, whatever the user put in, does it equal what the random number is? If that's the case, then you start some braces. Okay, so this is the choice. This is what happens. You type in the following, say document, right? So you get it right on screen. Well done, because I guessed it. You got it right. Then I'll put a paragraph break in there. You can mix and match HTML with strings in JavaScript. I'll finish off that section there. So if it equals, it's going to show the response. But what if it doesn't equal? Okay, so we get another part of the selection. There's three parts of the selection. There's if condition, an else if condition, and the final else condition. So else, if that's not the case, else if that's not the case, you do the following: user guess. If this is a condition where the user guess is less than the random number, whatever the computer chose, then you put the following response. It'll be similar to this. Actually, I might just cheat. Just copy those three lines and put them in here. I'll just change it. Let's say wrong. I got it wrong. Okay, it's not the right response. I didn't guess it. Say wrong. So the number was higher. So the computer number was higher. Let them know what it is. It was. I'm going to join string with variable. It was, so concatenate with a plus sign. It was random number. So show them what it is. And I'm going to add the final string, exclamation mark, and a paragraph break. And that should do it. Oops. Get anything wrong here. Right. And that's what happens if the user gets less than the computer random number. Now, if there's any more selections, you keep adding else if. But basically, we've got three choices. It's either equal to it, it's either less, or it's either greater than. There's no more choice, really. So, because there's no more choice, the final one is just else. Whatever's left, else, you don't need a condition now. So, if it's not less than, it's not equal to, it's going to be greater than. So, you don't need to put a condition now. And we start the instructions. Actually, I just might copy that as well. Control C. What I'm saying here, if it's not less than, not equal to, then it's wrong. The number must be lower. It's the only choice you got left, lower. And the same response. It was in the random. Oh, let's put it right. Random number, and that should be it. I should imagine. Let's just try it. The file, save as. Let's make this one JavaScript 6. HTML. So web page, save, and that's done it. And let's see if I got it right in the first shot. Very unusual to get it right in the first shot, but hopefully I did. Okay, fires up. There it is. Pick a number from 0 to 10. Got it from here. There's the input box, right? That box is called guess, and now it's over here. The user guess is going to be whatever you put in the guess box. So I'm going to put in 5. Hit enter, and it runs the function. And it didn't run, so something's wrong. Let me just check it. Okay, I think the problem is here. I didn't put the end of the string. So I've got to do that. I think that would cause the problem, and I must have done it here too. Okay, let's just try that out. Hopefully it's got it right this time. Save that, retry. First part, the input part works, and look good. Okay, so wrong, the number was lower. So I put in 5, it was 4, so I chose 4. Let's run it again. Okay, let's keep putting 5s. So 5, wrong, the number was lower, it was 0. Okay, let's try it again. 5, it was higher, it was 8. Okay, run it again. 5, I should get a 5 sooner or later. It was wrong, run. 5, got it right. There you go. So that's a simple little guessing game. Thank you for watching.